what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel, and I'm your host for L2 Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 8, according to OWN, episode 14. I do appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Thank you for your support. Will you please show me support by liking this video? And also, if you are new to this channel, subscribe to this channel and get in and be in tune to what's happening over here. And also, leave your comments below. I do apologize for the scenery right now. As you can see and probably hear, that it is raining. So I probably should have recorded over an hour or so ago. But hey, I'm here now. So let's get into this episode. I got stuff to say and fuss about, but hey, what would it be without a fussing in my review? Let's get into it. Alright, so we're going to St. Thomas. This is Mel's trip. She's hosting. Mel and her friends, Lauren and Shanta, I think her name is, they arrive there first. They go and scope out the house, the rooms. She prepares the women with saying about Sunny, about how the women aren't really feeling a person that she did invite. Mel tries to assign rooms before the guests get there. And I know a lot of y'all gonna find a way to justify it. I'm not mad with it. I just think that, can you just say the truth sometimes? It's kind of like, that's the only thing that's irritating to me. It's like Mel knows she's being strategic, but she doesn't say that she's strategic. Some of her claims do make sense, but it's like, no. And first and foremost, before I even start anything, I'm gonna say this. Tisha and Mel are messy. For this episode, for this show, for this trip. So before anyone wants to defend one over the other, they're both messy. I think that some aren't truthful enough for me to make me want to side with either one of them. But both of them are messy. And we'll just call it that. And leave all the extra stuff on the playground. So anyway, so she's assigning rooms. She lets Shanta, I think her name is, and Lauren pick their rooms. But she only played one game with them. Pick the card to see if this is your room. Lauren picked it, so that's where she's going to stay. Lauren's the quiet one. She knows how to STFU and just enjoy the trip. This other one over here, she's opinionated and got something to say towards people she don't even know. Just saying. You're going to find that out. So Shanta gets the other room. They get the other nice room, and that's when Mel lets them know that Sunny is coming, and the other girls aren't featuring her. And for some reason, the friends are like, I guess this is the best room. They'll be away from her, and she gets the room. They found another room for Miss Nell to be in, since she is the eldest. And they have other rooms, but you have to have a roommate at least. Sunny and Trisha are in a room, and then there's 3 beds. Destiny, Kimmy, and a friend that Tisha's bringing along. Now, really, Mel's trying to act like she don't know what she's talking about. And just saying, oh, this was, what's the word that they usually say? The side-alone person or whatever? Whoever it is. Whomever you buy, your plus one. She's talking like she doesn't know who the plus one is. Obviously, we know why these beds were picked the way that they were. Anyway, so on the flip side, possibly I think Mel flew private. Or she just got there earlier. I don't know which one was which. Either way, the rest of the women, they've made it to St. Thomas. They're at the airport, and they're picking up their luggage, and they're being those kind of women that want men to do stuff for them. Oh. I wish we had our husbands here to pick up our luggage, but you packed it though. You knew what your luggage was when you got it. Like, what? So now I'm a damsel in distress mess. Like, okay, whatever. Then the other ladies find out that Sunny is on the trip. And she comes by with, hey ladies. And everyone gives her a cold shoulder. One in shock, like, what is she doing here? And what is she doing here? Like, I think she was able to greet Kimmy. She greeted Nell. From a distance, she greeted Tisha. She's like, this ain't good, whatever. They finally get to the house. And Mel's got some, what is it, eye candy. Staring back at them, or there already. They have some type of greeter there. So they get there. Mel greets them. You know how she is. So she's doing that to all the people. And then they go and find out where the rooms are. Most of the rooms have been marked as to where a person is sleeping at or staying at. Sunny loves her room. Trish and Stormy, they're okay with their rooms. They're together. Kimmy and Tisha are not liking that room. And Tisha figured it out right away. I know why we got these rooms. It's because I invited Destiny. However, I told her before we went on this trip that I invited Destiny. So obviously she knows how it goes, what's going on. Nell is pissed because she can't find her room. So she is at 100 already. So there's 0 to 100. So she's just having a fit. She goes to Mel and says, hey, where's my room at? You know. And she said, I'm sorry. Mel says, I'm sorry I didn't make a tag for you. So, I couldn't get a printed for you. That is my mistake. I do apologize. And then Nell goes into this whole rant of, you know, when we went to Texas, I took care of you. I made sure everything was accommodating, and we get flashbacks of what's going on. Mel had accommodations to make sure that Martell stayed away from her and all that stuff, and don't try to joke about them being back together and all that good stuff. Don't put them on teams or anything to that nature. Even though they ended up putting them on the team at one point. That whole falling and catching type thing, that was one thing. That was one thing that they did group them together somehow. What was I going to say? And Mel had to speak very calmly. And it still took Nell so long to come down. She feels a certain way. And Mel explained, I gave you this room because you are our elder. Nell does not want to be treated that way. I think she's like 55 or so. Like, Mel, you're in a different generation. I mean, Nell, you're in a different generation. Face it and suck it up, like you tried to tell Kimmy later on. So at this point, Kimmy and Tisha, they're outside and or on the balcony or whatever terrace, and they're just talking about this. Like, I just really feel disrespected at this moment. It's like, there's no way that I'm just going to be spending this time. It's only one bathroom up in here, and she's only doing this because of Destiny. I invited Destiny, blah, 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 da, 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 da. Sunny goes and grabs Mel. But beforehand, finally, Shauna, whatever her name is, I'm going to quit saying that, says, look, she can have my room if you want it, because I want peace and want you to enjoy your time. I'm cool. I'm gonna have fun. Da, 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 da. So then Mel goes outside and she talks to Kimmy and Tisha about their disappointment. You know, I'm disappointed because I would have thought we would have better rooms. Da, 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 da. And she said, you know, I gave them based upon the assignment. I mean, you guys are at least sister-in-laws, and we know that you guys will get along. Da, 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 da. She was able to talk them off the ledge. I think at that point, Tisha was like, okay, we're cool. I don't like it, but we're going to be cool. And then Nell decides to be another guard dog for Mel, all of a sudden, and just saying, you know, these room assignments, we just got to suck them up. And Kimmy's like, what I got to suck up for? What you coming out here being all extra and stuff for? I'm already in a heated place, and you going to come here trying to act like General Lee. I get Kimmy's frustration. I know people are like, well, y'all taking it too far. Well, no. Both women are at an elevated height of tension. That's where this heat comes from. And I get it. Don't look, I'm not too pleased with what I got. Don't tell me to suck it up. You have a bigger room anyway, so don't tell me how to suck it up. All you are arguing about is a nameplate. Let's not. That you didn't get your name on the bed. And all I got to say for Kimmy and Tisha, learn from this. When you guys host trips, don't be this extra accommodating for Mel. I mean, one good turn deserves another. And I can get you back. If you want to treat me this way, I'm going to treat you this way also, in my own way. And you can go find your own hotel. And I believe, and Tisha, I would have gone on and tried to find my own place. I would have. Y'all millionaires, right? Y'all make millions. So go find another place. That's how I would be. Like, no, don't do that to me. But we know it does make sense, but we know how Mel moves as far as the room assignment. And I think it's just weird that these new friends that come along get these special accommodations. And the newbie gets special accommodations. What? No, let those three go stay down there in that 3-bedroom place. The kids, the children's quarters is where you stuck them at. I understand their frustration, but I would know how to move accordingly when it's my turn to host. Boom. We get it that Mel is not really friends with these jokers or whatever, but she thinks that doing all this passive aggressive stuff is the way to go. No, tell me you don't F with me. And that's just that. I'm doing things based upon that. So later on in the episode, they do this carnival style where they have these women and men dance and all this good stuff. I think some men ended up cradling Mel in her arms and all this good stuff. It was a good time. People were relaxing and all that good stuff. They were still in their same clothes, which I don't understand why they didn't get dressed to be accommodating to that. Anyways, what was it? Oh, they have dinner now. Then they get into a lot of different conversations. And they start talking about, I don't know if it was Destiny as of yet at this point, or Sunny. Somehow it led to Shauna trying to call out Tisha as being, you gotta watch this one. And this was before they discussed about Destiny, even though she knew up front that Destiny was. That's why I'm saying, are these people friends of Mel's, or are they plants on the show? Y'all can say, it's good for Mel to have backup. It's cool, but I like for people to just be up front with what they're doing. That's my whole thing. Just be up front with what you're doing and let the chips fall where they are. But you don't. You act like everything you're innocent, and then people, she's so strategic in what she does. No, she's just being as messy as other people. But it's handled delicately when Mel starts doing stuff, and it's justified in what she does. If you knew, Mel, that the rest of the group was not featuring Sunny, why would you invite her on this trip? And for you good Melody fans, Tisha, if you knew Mel on her own trip was not featuring her, why would you go on and invite Destiny? For y'all, like, you are just as guilty as the next person. And you started it first because you knew that you were inviting Sunny before you even invited the other crew. And even when you heard how they felt about Sunny, you still invited her. But nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about that. Anyways, now they start talking about the Sunny and Destiny and Moses situation. Shonda's like, well, why are y'all mad at her? Why aren't you mad at him? And then Sunny's agreeing. I'm like, we can, but she needs to stay in the background. I think Sunny is getting the heat because she opens her mouth all the time. She's on IG, she's in interviews, and she's saying it. Let the ninja talk for himself. But even in the next episode, we find out, and I already knew this, y'all keep changing the timelines and just lying. And it's not trustworthy that y'all just happen to meet each other. Sorry. Anyways, then Mel brings out to Trisha, well, you don't care for Sunny. Well, you got a problem with Sunny. I said, I don't have a problem with Sunny. I'm just not going to be cordial because she is friends with Destiny. She's not going to do that. I don't have a problem like that. Then they are explaining the whole situation and about a producer. Now this girl act like she know everything about what a producer's supposed to be. Shanna. They're just supposed to find out about your life anyway. Sunny gonna say that she knew nothing about Moses. She never talked about him. But he was at least featured on the show, at least through FaceTime. There's no way that you did not know him. You're lying. You're lying. Oh, there was something during the van trip to the villa that they're staying at. I'm calling it a villa, or wherever they're staying at. Stormy started talking about getting IVF or not IVF, I think IVF, to get a surrogate so they can have another child. So then Sunny does say, basically she is doing it too. They're like, oh, yeah, I tried it twice and it didn't work. And everyone's like, oh. Like, Sunny's in her confessional saying that she only has a certain amount of time to start wanting to have children. So they went immediately on this IVF treatment. So y'all been trying this long. It's March, y'all. According to the timeline, it's March. Y'all got engaged in October and got married in December, was it? And now y'all already trying for a baby. Y'all don't know each other at all. Y'all haven't even been in relationship with each other for a year as of yet. But according to y'all, I think now it's been a year. Y'all trying to have children. I know I'm trying to be delicate, but I don't know. You're desperate to have children because you're being a late in life mother. I just find it interesting how everything just set up, because it looked like you ran to the closest man that was willing to give you a child before it's too late. And it looks like it may be still too late, unless she's already pregnant. Who knows? There hasn't been any announcements. So I think that Mel's friend Shanna is a lot, and I think that she needs to STF you and then just enjoy the trip. You can be opinionated, you can speak, but for you to get so involved and be this crazy guard dog, this is quite crazy. It don't ever end well with any of the guard dogs that Mel brings on. I'm just letting you know. So I think that her personality with Mel is going to clash anyways if she gets on the show, if that's her choice or whatever. If that's what's the direction that she's going in. I see it clashing because she wants to be quite the star in this whole situation. But we shall see. It's just the first episode. I'll see if she calms down, but not by the previews. It doesn't seem like she calms down. But again, Mel would be a better type of person to view, as if she was just straight up with all the stuff that she got going on. But she's just like Phaedra Parks. They just are so passive aggressive and talk around in circles about stuff and just say what needs to be said. That's all. But you're gonna say what you want to say behind closed doors, and that's fake to me. But that's all I do have. Y'all can leave your comments below and tell me what y'all think. It's the next episode is like, whoa! I'm glad that this stuff is coming out because we haven't been able to hear it, and we all have been in confusion as to what went down between Mel and Destiny. I don't think we can actually talk about that, but we talk about certain things that okay. Alright, but that's all I do have. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video and also subscribe to this channel. Until the next video, peace.